I have this policy in my class where if you want to be there, I want you to be there. So if people show up and they want to add the class, then I'll sign the form and I'll steal chairs from another classroom and I'll bring them into mine. Well, one day, it's about a week into school, there's a group of students who all come in after class, and one of them, like an older lady, walks in and she says, "Hey, are you Mr. Garcia?" I said, "Yes." And she said, "I have a student who'd like to take your class." And I'm looking around and I'm like, "Where is this student?" And she says, "Oh, well, she's over there." And I look over in the doorway and there's a little doorway and there's these two hands and this head poking out and these eyes so filled with excitement. And we locked eyes for a second. And I thought, oh my God, yes, absolutely. Boom. Signed the form and she was in class the next day. Well, we do a thing called the spotlight where you sit down and I ask you an open-ended question and we get to know each other. And you do it in front of the entire class. Well, this student had pretty severe disabilities and who I was talking to was her chaperone. And so she had learning disabilities and she had physical disabilities. And so I said, "All right, who wants to go up first?" And her hand shot up and she walked up to the front of the class and she sat down. And I looked at my form and I said, one question just popped out. And I said, what is the greatest day of your life and what was the worst day of your life? And it took her a moment to speak because of her disability, but she said, "The greatest day of my life is today. Because everyone always told me I would never be in college. But I'm here today with you." Everyone in the class started crying. Because in that moment, we all realized how lucky we were. And at the end of that activity, everybody wanted to be her best friend.